Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Today is 21st of November, Thursday. I'm gonna recite from Surah Al-An'am, verse 147. Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. فإن كذبوك فقل ربكم ذو رحمة واسعة ولا يرد بأسه عن القوم المجرمين سيقول الذين أشركوا لو شاء الله ما أشركنا ولا آباؤنا ولا حرمنا من شيء كذلك كذب الذين من قبلهم حتى ذاقوا بأسنا قل هل عندكم من علم فتخرجوه لنا إن تتبعون إلا الظن وإن أنتم إلا تخرصون قل فلله الحجة البالغة فلو شاء لهداكم أجمعين قل هلم شهداءكم الذين يشهدون أن الله حرم هذا فإن شهدوا فلا تشهد معهم ولا تتبع أهواء الذين كذبوا بآياتنا والذين لا يؤمنون بالآخرة وهم بربهم يعدلون. Those who derail from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those who are polytheists, those who associate gods and deities besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they try to justify their action. They try to justify their action by saying that what we do is because we got a permission from Allah. If Allah didn't permit us, we will not have done this. We wouldn't have done this shirk, association of deities with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So whatever we are doing because of Allah's permission. So then this kind of justification is wrong. This kind of justification is wrong, and that brings us to the topic of taqdeer, the predestination. The predestination. And the chapter of taqdeer is very complicated, and I better not to attempt actually to justify it here, or to comprehensively give a detailed account of it. Perhaps I am not even fit to do that. But what I understand is that as follows. Simply, what happens is first of all, the deniers of taqdeer, meaning that those who think that Allah has no ability and no knowledge in the determination of things before it happens. In other words, human beings, or for that matter any other creatures or any other forces, they does the things themselves without Allah knowing them, without Allah permitting them, So this is a kufr. This is wrong and not correct. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created this universe and knew what will happen till the last day, and things happens in His kingdom, meaning this whole universe, by His permission. And Allah has full control of everything. Nothing in this world happens without His knowledge, without He permitting it, without He creating it. In other words, I am now driving the car 21st of November in this morning. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew about it before the creation of the heaven and earth. So everything is going through a blueprint that Allah has subhanahu wa ta'ala has drawn it. Okay. So that is one extreme who deny that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has any power. It's not the concept of the clockmaker. That's a wrong concept. Clockmaker concept that says that Allah has created the universe in a very intelligent design and then left it unfold itself. He lifted his hand, no more control. He just designed how things works and then let the events unfold in a way that he doesn't know himself how it will unfold. And he has not control over anything, any decisions, any events. That's an extreme. It's not true. Okay. Now let's talk about the other extreme, that they think that they are working according to like remote control. That's not the case. Meaning that while I'm driving, I'm conscious of what's happening beside me. I know there is a car in front of me. If that car slows, I slow, and I slow means that I have a free will to press my foot on the brake and it slows down. Then there is a gap, I speed up. I'm control of my driving over here. Am I not? Okay. But that very control, Allah is new about it. And Allah has permitted it. And Allah has made it to be as such. And Allah has created the tools in us that does these things. Allah has created the muscle systems in me. Allah has created this communication between the brain and the muscle system, so it goes there. So these things are attributed to Allah. Wallahu khalaqakum wa ma ta'malun. Allah has created you and created your actions by creating those energy, the power, the mechanism, the intricate system between the skeletal muscular system and the nervous system and all these things. I mean, I'm going in a very minute and micro level example to just explain the bigger concept over here. So what is the delicate thing here is to distinguish between Allah's permission and Allah's satisfaction and love. So Allah has predestined certain things that He does not like, but in the grand scale of the things, it has to be there, because Allah has a certain wisdom that we might not know. And that's why very much embedded within the concept of qadar is the power that we cannot comprehend. So there is a certain borderline that you might ask questions and get puzzled there, and that's the place where there is a room for belief and faith, because we are talking about certain wisdom that we might not have reached over there. Okay. But what is important for us is that Allah has sent enough material through books, through messengers, through reminders that tells us the list of things that Allah loves. Allah loves from us to help our neighbor. But if someone is killing his neighbor, that is happening by the permission of Allah, but Allah doesn't love it. Allah did not permit it from that sense, but Allah has permitted it because of the grand scheme of some wisdom behind it happening. Allah has created shaitan, and He doesn't love shaitan, but He has created that thing that He doesn't love because that might lead to some things that love, and without creating that evil, that thing will not fulfill. So there is a causal relationship. If there was no shaitan, there is no repentance, because the repentance comes from doing evil, right? You derail, and then you feel some kind of a guilty. That very feeling of the guilty and the need to return back to Allah, it kills within you the arrogance. You feel that, oh, I am a weak person, oh Allah, forgive me. You see this heart sentiments that comes, it came because of something that was purely evil in itself from our perspective, but from perspective of Allah, and when you put all the puzzles together, it was not evil. You start qualifying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Huwa al-Azizul Hakim. So what I'm saying is that a person, when he justifies his wrongdoing by saying that it is permitted by Allah, will say, yes, it is permitted but of Allah, but Allah didn't love it, and Allah has conveyed that He didn't love it through His messengers. All the messengers said, don't commit shirk, and this mushrikeen said that I am committing shirk because Allah permitted it. And a clear proof that Allah didn't permit it and didn't love it is because the mushrikeen, they have been punished by Allah. So how Allah would have punished them if He has loved them? The punishment doesn't fit here. That's why Allah said in this verse, كَذَلِكَ كَذَّبَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ حَتَّى ذَاقُوا بَأْسَنَا. They have tested my wrath. Those who have belied my messengers and committed shirk, they have tested my wrath. So these are wrong conceptions that will not stand, and it's just those who justify things because of their own whims. إِن تَتَّبِعُونَ إِلَّا الظَّنَّ إِن تَتَّبِعُونَ إِلَّا الظَّنَّ. They just follow their own desires, the whims, their own speculations, and they try to just throw it, but within themselves they know that this is not true. So let's be very clear and sincere with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and let's not fall into these kinds of excuses, lame excuses. May Allah grant us tawfiq and hidayah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.